press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello my dear students, welcome back to the classroom. We have been discussing about the chapter air around us. In the previous class we will learn about the term atmosphere and also the composition of air. See, what is the meaning of atmosphere? Atmosphere is nothing but our earth is surrounded by a thin layer and which extends up to many kilometers away from the above from the earth surface, and this is termed as an atmosphere. And atmosphere serves as a protective blanket against the UV radiation which comes out from the sun, and these protective covering which help us to save our living life in the earth. See, otherwise the sun's radiation which causes damage or disorder and many diseases will be caused for all living organisms, and these direct sunlight which falls on us means it will create disorders like skin allergic and skin cancer, like so much of disorder will be takes place due to the sun rays which directly fall onto the earth. And not only for the human beings, and many animals and other living creatures in the earth caused by the different type of diseases and disorders. And usually the atmosphere having the layer known as the ozone layer. See, ozone layer also acts as a protective covering or the protective blanket against the UV or the ultraviolet radiation from the sun, and these ozone layer which serves us to protect us from the dangerous radiation coming out from the sun. Usually the mountaineers which carries the oxygen cylinder while climbing up the mountain, because while they climbing up to the mountain at the peak level where there is a lack of oxygen takes place, so that they will carry the oxygen cylinder with them. And see, this is all about the atmosphere. And different layers of atmosphere is there, like troposphere, ionosphere, exosphere, and many more etc. Layers of atmosphere will be there. And also we learned in the previous section about the composition of the air. See, as we all know that air is a mixture of the gases where like carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen, which is major components of the air, and nearly about major part of the air which contains the nitrogen, and remaining part will be occupied or occupied by the oxygen, where it is about 21% of oxygen is present in the air, and remaining 1% is many other gases like argon and other dust particle will be present, and these are all about the composition of the air. See, in the previous class we also learnt about the term water vapor. Water vapor is nothing but the gaseous form, that is the moisture which is present in the air, and this water vapor which is present in the air which help to provide the water cycle in a balanced way, and so that the moisture content is very essential in the air. And when the air is comes in contact with the cooling substance or cool substance, then the water vapors will be condensed, and later the water vapor will be formed as a liquid droplets, and this is called the condensation process. See, in the same way in nature also condensation process will be takes place, and thereby the amount of oxygen or amount of air will be go to the atmosphere, and thereby from the atmosphere we get back as a rain, in the form of a rain we get back the water. And see, this is all about the water vapor, a type of a component of the air. Next we shall move on to the activity. See, this activity related to the process of condensation. The name of the activity is I will write on the board. See, maybe this one, second activity. Name of the activity is to show the condensation of water vapor by cooling. So dear students, this is the activity name and it is second activity. Here the activity name is to show the condensation of water vapor by cooling. See, this is the name of the activity, and the material required for this activity is the beaker as well as the water and ice cubes. Some amount of ice cubes we required for doing this activity. See, it is easy activity you can do in our home also. You can observe that the condensation process, how it takes place. See, next first we have to take the beaker, and in which we have to add the water. About half filled water is added to the beaker or any container or any glass we have to take, and afterwards wipe up the outer surface of the glass with the cotton cloth. We have to wipe up. Afterwards we have to put the ice cubes into the glass containing the water, and after some times leave it for some times, then we can observe that there is a tiny droplets which appear on the surface of the glass, and this shows that the condensation process takes place here. See, what will happen when the air contains, as we all know that air contains the moisture, and different components of air will be present, and like that when the air which surrounds this glass contains the moisture, when it comes in contact with the cooling substance like glass having the ice, so that it will become the cool. When the water vapor comes in contact with this one, then the water vapor will become the condensed, and later the vapor is converted into the liquid droplets, and this is how the condensation process will be takes place. And this is a simple activity you can do in your home also. From this activity we can conclude that the water vapor, the conclusion is the water vapor around the glass get condensed, See, the water vapor around the glass get condensed by cooling the outer surface of the glass. By cooling the outer surface of glass. See, this is the conclusion. See, once again I will tell you this activity. See, the name of the activity is to show the condensation of the water vapor by the cooling. See, when the water vapor is cooled, and then the water vapor will becomes the condensed form, and it will forms into the liquid, and so for this condensation process we will do with the help of a simple materials, and we have to take the beaker some amount of water and ice cubes. See, first we have to take the beaker and wipe off the outer surface of the glass. Afterwards we have to add water, about half filled water we have to add in a beaker or any glass, and afterwards we have to add the ice cubes into the glass. And we can observe that by leaving after some times, the air which present around this glass will be condensed in the water vapor will become condensed, and later it will forms into the water droplets. Tiny water droplets will be formed, and this is nothing but the condensed water. And see, the condensation process will be takes place here. And see, condensation is nothing but a liquid water is converted into the water vapor is converted into the liquid form is called as condensation. So this is the simple activity. Water vapor is converted into liquid by cooling is known as condensation. See, condensation is nothing but water vapor is converted into condensation is nothing but the process in which water vapor is get converted into liquid by cooling. Always remember, condensation will be takes place only cooling process, or if the substance will be cooled, then only the condensation process will be takes place. And see, condensation is nothing but water vapor is converted into the liquid droplets by cooling is known as the condensation process. See, observe the definition of the condensation. Condensation means a water vapor is converted into the liquid by cooling is known as the condensation process. See, this activity shows that how the condensation process will be takes place, and we will observe very clearly. And see, this is all about the activity which related to the process of condensation. Next we shall move on to the another components of the air. See, in the heading of composition of air, in which we learnt about the water vapor, which nothing but the moisture is also present in the air. And next we shall move on to the another components of the air, that is oxygen. See, oxygen is very essential for all living organisms, not only the human beings, animals. Beside from the animals, birds, and even though the bacteria also require the amount of oxygen present in the nature, and usually the oxygen is released to the atmosphere by the plants, and during the process of photosynthesis the plants will release the oxygen to the atmosphere, and it is very essential component. Essential component of air, and all the living beings require this oxygen. Beside the component, major component of the nitrogen, oxygen is also a major component, which is compared to the nitrogen, it is quantity of the oxygen is less, and nearly about 21% of oxygen is present in the air. See, this is the usefulness of oxygen, and if no oxygen is present in the water, then no living beings will survive in the water. See, no oxygen in water means no living beings See, if the no oxygen present in the water means no living organisms survive in water. So this is all about the usefulness of the oxygen. See, in which first one is the it is one of the essential component of air, that is oxygen, and usually the oxygen is present all in the air, and it is utilized by the all living organisms. Even though the bacteria also require the amount of oxygen present in the air, and around 21% of oxygen present in the nature. Apart from the nitrogen, which is present in abundant way in the nature, oxygen is also present in the nature. Compared to the nitrogen, it is the quantity of the oxygen is very less, and that is 21% of oxygen is present. And also the all living organisms will utilized usually the 78% of nitrogen is present in the nature, that is the air, and around 21% of oxygen is present in the air, and if no oxygen present in the water means there is a damage to the survival of living organisms which present in the water. See, no living organisms survive in the water. Not only the living organisms, aquatic organisms like fishes, dolphins, octopus. Beside from this, many aquatic plants also present in the water. And if oxygen level is decreased means there is a damage to the environment of a aquatic life. And so this is all about the oxygen, and usually the water contains the dissolved oxygen. So it is very important. Water contains the dissolved oxygen, thereby utilized by the all aquatic organisms which is living in the water. See, dissolved in the dissolved way, the oxygen is present in the water, and thereby the different respiratory organs present in the living organisms will utilize and respire this amount of oxygen present in the water, and we all respire oxygen through lungs, and we inhale the oxygen and exhale the carbon dioxide. In the same way, aquatic organisms which are living in the water, they also required the amount of oxygen for respiration process, and it is nothing but the energy giving process for growth and development of the body. And this is all about the oxygen. See, once again I will tell you, oxygen, it is very abundant major components of the air, and beside the nitrogen, oxygen level is very less in the air. See, nitrogen is usually present in the 78% in the nature, in the air, and around 21% of oxygen is present in the air, and all living beings are required by this amount of oxygen, and especially the living beings like human, birds, insects, and even though the microorganisms also required the amount of oxygen. And if water doesn't have any kinds of oxygen, means it is damaged to the all living life which is present in the water will be damaged, and no living beings will survive in the water. And so in that way oxygen is very essential for aquatic life also. And usually the water contains dissolved oxygen, whereby the living organisms which floats in the water, like plants as well as the animals, that is living organisms like fishes, will utilize this dissolved oxygen for respiration purpose. So this is all about the oxygen. See, as I told you, air contains the oxygen. We will do the activity here. See, you just learnt how this activity will be done. So here the name of the activity is to show the presence of oxygen in the air. The name of the activity is to show the amount of oxygen present in the air. So this is the name of the activity, to show the presence of, to show the presence of oxygen to show the presence of oxygen in air. So this is the activity name, that is we have to show the amount of oxygen present in the air. It is the activity. See, the materials required here is 2 candles. See, I will draw the diagram here. 2 candles and 1 shallow beaker and matchstick and inverted glass jar we have to take for doing this activity. See, as we all know that air is a mixture of gases, and usually the nitrogen, oxygen, dust particle, moisture, argon, helium, etc. Different types of gas will be present in the mixture of the air, and we all know that also the air is a colorless, odorless, and also the tasteless. And these gas present in the air like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, dust particle, argon, moisture, etc. These are the components of the air. Oxygen is very important for the component of the air, and it supports the burning. See, it will support burning. See, oxygen only supports for burning, and oxygen is very necessary for all living organisms. See, this is all about the brief introduction about the oxygen. See, air contains the different mixture of components of the air like nitrogen, carbon dioxide, oxygen, dust particle, moisture, etc. And it is usually supports for burning. Oxygen is usually supports for burning, and this is all about the activity. And the materials required, as I told you, the 2 candles and 1 shallow beaker we have to use for this activity, and 2 inverted glass jar will be taken. And see, First we have to take the beaker, and we have to, in this beaker we have to fill the air. Around half of the container will be shallow container or shallow vessel, we have to fill the air, and afterwards the candle will be light up. When it starts burning, leave it for some time, and we have to fix it in a beaker, and next we have to add the water, and afterwards when it starts burning, slowly we have to keep the inverted jar in a downwards position, facing to the downwards way, and we can say that yeah, in the first jar the burning of the candle will be takes place, whereas in the second jar, usually the inverted glass jar we have to take on the smaller size. It will stops burning since the oxygen level will be used of the candle, and so that it will stop burning, and the candle went off. And see, from this activity we can conclude that oxygen is present in the air. See, from this activity we can conclude that air is present. Air contains oxygen. Air contains oxygen because of, see, air contains oxygen, and because for burning the because burning to carry see burning can occur only in the presence of oxygen. So this is the conclusion of this activity. See, once again I will tell you this activity. See, we all know that oxygen is very essential for all living organisms, and this oxygen present in the air we can identify by doing this activity or by learning this activity. In the activity name is to show the presence of oxygen in the air. First we have to take the materials. Without the materials we can't know or get to know about this activity. See, here we have to take two shallow vessels or the glass containers we have to take, and afterwards we have to take the glass jar, and see, this is the glass jar, and we also take two candles here, and see, these are the materials which we required, and also we required the matchstick. See, this is all about the materials required, and next the procedure is, first we have to take the shallow vessel, and in which we have to first we light up the candle. When it starts burning, keep it aside for some time, and now we have to take a shallow vessel and put this candle into this vessel, and slowly we have to add the water, and when the candle starts burning, we have to put the inverted jar over this candle, and thereby we can say that it is a one we have to take a long jar, whereas another in the second we have to take the short inverted jar, and we have to put into the glass jar, we have to keep facing downwards to the candle, and afterwards we can say that the candle starts burning till the oxygen level present in the jar will get used up. And in the second case, usually the glass jar, inverted glass jar, we have to take in a smaller way or very small we have to take, and here the candle will be went off because the oxygen level will contains this inverted jar will be used up the candle, and later on the candle will went off. From this activity we can conclude that Air contains the oxygen. See, without air, the burning process will not take place. So that's why I will told you that it is a supporter of the burning. That is, oxygen is supporter of the burning. Without the presence of oxygen, it will not burn. And conclusion for this activity is air contains the oxygen, and because and it is essential for burning can occur only in the presence of oxygen. See, this is all about the activity. In today's class we will learn about the activity and also the composition of air, in which water vapor we also learnt in the previous class, and in today's class we will learn about the oxygen, another component of the air, that is oxygen, and two more activities we learnt in today's class. So this is all about the today's class. Thank you.